Yesterday in Brownwood, Texas, Shannon Stone, the 39-year-old father of Cooper Stone, the 6-year-old boy that he brought to the Texas Rangers game a week ago, Shannon Stone was laid to rest, and they had the funeral. And it was reading from an article, and we'll show you some pictures of it. Brownwood is a town of about 20,000 people that's located about 150 miles northwest, I believe, of Arlington, Texas, west of Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers play. And they had a ceremony, and Stone was a lieutenant on the Brownwood Fire Department. He led a group called the A Team of 10 guys who were all pallbearers at his funeral. Meanwhile, in Phoenix, Arizona, where Chase Field is, comes this story of 23-year-old Keith Carmichael, who reached for a ball in the home run derby, and there he is right there. I'm going to read on the details of this story. And I want to ask you again this general question. Feel free to tweet at us, Skype in, give us a call at 877-PULSE-411. Look at that picture. That is 23-year-old Keith Carmichael. Now, they were all trying to reach for the home run balls that were being hit in the derby. Carmichael said about this incident, when he reached over the railing and started to fall and his buddies grabbed him, "I thought I've lived a good life." He was seated in a small section of seats above the right field fence. He's from Kingman, Arizona. He and his group of buddies had already grabbed home run balls by Robbie Cano and Adrian Gonzalez and were looking to add another to their collection when it was Prince Fielder in the second round who hit this one up. And trying to snare the towering shot by Fielder, Carmichael stepped up on... If you go to Yahoo Sports, guys, I don't know if you... My IVGA's on. Can you get my computer? There's a picture of him standing up. So this is why I want to ask you the question. There it is, right there. That's before he fell. So reaching for a souvenir ball is one thing, but standing up like this is another. So 23-year-old Keith Carmichael is damn lucky that that's all that happened to him and that his buddies saved him on this situation. I mean, they're having a good time, I understand. But again, the question out there in general is about souvenir balls. I mean, what happened to Shannon Stone is a freak accident and something that Josh Hamilton just has to wrap his emotions around for the rest of his life. He usually doesn't throw, the Texas Rangers outfielder, the reigning American League MVP, does not throw balls to fans, and he did, and it resulted in the death of a 39-year-old father who's a Rangers fan who thought Hamilton was his best fan. And this is a guy on the heels of that who stood up here going after foul balls. I mean, really, we've all done stupid things in our life, but is it worth it? Is a baseball worth it? I remember years ago, and when I say years ago, I'm talking about 25 years ago, when I was in my 20s, and there was a fan. He was a college football recruit, I remember. I remember the video vividly. This was long before the internet, long before SportsCenter was what it was. And there was a guy who reached over the railing, I think it was at Yankee Stadium, and grabbed himself with one hand and held on as he was about to fall to an impending death and pulled himself back up by one hand. I'm surprised that more of this doesn't happen at stadiums, and you wonder if people will think twice now